Hello, Swagatam Samastanku. Today we will discuss and we will learn about the coastline of our country. Simultaneously, we will learn about the island and the various maritime neighboring countries to us. Fine, guys. Actually, coastline it plays a very vital role to a country. Why so? Because at present around 40% of the world's populations they live within the 100 km of coastline of the world. 40% of people. It means that at present around 7.6 billion people are there. So around near about 3 billion people or 300 crore of people they live at the coastal area of the world. And in the coast area, you know guys, it is very important as the people they live and they maintain their livelihood through the fishing by catching fish. Then the coastal area it is helpful for navigation. It is very important in the form of tourism. We will discuss that tourism is one of the important or driver of economic growth for the Maldives and many island countries of the world. So the coastline it is useful for fishing, it is useful for navigation, it is useful for tourism, it is useful for recreation. It is useful for recreations. Puri Sea Beach, Goa Sea Beach, Marina Sea Beach, all these are recreations. Okay, and many more. So in this way, in fact, the oceans that or the coastal area that supports large or huge number of biodiversities of the world. Okay, so we understood that how the coastlines are beneficial and useful and integral part of our country. Written now, fishing, navigation, tourism, and recreation, and many other purposes. Okay, and in the world, Canada, which shares the longest coastlines of the world. Which one? Canada. Okay, that one. Canada it shares the longest coastlines of the world. Atlantic Ocean, here the Pacific Ocean is there, and in fact the Bering Strait is there that connect to one. Which one? Pacific Oceans, North Pacific Oceans, and the Arctic Oceans over there. So in this way, the Canada, which of the longest coastlines of the world, followed by Indonesia in Asia, right? And our country, it shares, it is the 15th longest coastlines of the world. It is the 15th longest coastline of the world. Okay, so Canada shares the 15th longest coastline of the world. Got it now, guys? Right. Canada shares the 15th longest coastlines of the world. Next, not Canada. Actually, India it shares the 15th longest coastlines of the world, which is around 7,116.6 kilometers. So India has a coastline of 7,516.6 kilometers, right? So this one from here to here, it is around 7,516.6 kilometers. It extends from in 9 states, or it travels in 9 states and 4 union territories. Okay, so our country's coastline it passes through 9 number of states and 4 union territories. Look at it, guys. Gujarat, which has the longest coastline around 1,214 kilometers, followed by Andhra Pradesh, which are the second longest coastlines in our country. So far what I said, that India's coastline, it is the 15th longest in the entire world, and it has a coastline of more than 7,000 kilometers, that is 7,516.6, and it passes through 9 number of states and 4 union territories. The 9 number of states are Gujarat is the first one, which has the longest coastline, which exceeded more than 1200 kilometers. Then here, in terms of length, the second longest is the Andhra Pradesh, third one is the Tamil Nadu, fourth one is the Maharashtra. But let's look into them. What I said, that it passes through 9 number of states. One, Gujarat, then Maharashtra second, then Goa third, then which one? Karnataka fourth, Kerala 5, and Tamil Nadu 6, Andhra Pradesh 7, Odisha 8, and West Bengal 9. So in this way, the Indian's coastline, it shares the 9 number of states and 4 union territories. What are those? Andaman and Nicobar, Lakshadweep 2, and the next one is the which one? Puducherry, and here Dadra and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu. So in this way, our coastlines, which shares 9 number of states and 4 union territories. Clear, guys? The same things. Indian coastline is also very important. Okay. Here one thing let me tell you. In the world, a treaty was signed, right? A treaty was signed named as UN Clause. United Nations Conventions on the Law of the Sea. Please write it. United Nations Conventions of the Law of the Sea. Okay. And on that treaty, 3 types of zone is there. 3 types of zones are there. What is that? United Nations Conventions on the Law of the Sea. And on that treaty, 3 types of zones are there. In fact, this treaty, it was agreed in the year 1982, but it came into force in the year 1994. But it came into the force in the year 1994. Clear? UN clause came into existence in the 1982, but came into force or with effective from in the year 1994. As for that, from the coastline up to 12 nautical miles, then 24 nautical miles, then 200 nautical miles. 12 nautical miles, 24 nautical miles, and 200 nautical miles. First 12 nautical miles are called as territorial sea, next are called as contiguous zone, and the third one is called as exclusive economic zone. Clear the territorial sea, then contiguous zone and exclusive economic zone. Clear? समझ में आया ना दोस्तों? समझ में आया कि नहीं? यही मैं बोल रहा हूं कि United Nations Conventions of the Law of the Sea. It was a universal agreement, okay, which came into existence, which agreed in the year 1982, came into existence 1994 onwards, and on that basis, from coastline up to 12 nautical miles are called as territorial sea, then 24 are called as contiguous zone, and from here to 200 nautical miles are called as exclusive economic zone. Here मैं एक word use कर रहा हूँ, nautical miles. Nautical miles means it's a distance or it's a measurement of distance in water are called as nautical miles. Clear? Okay. And India's exclusive economic zone, this one is very important, where a country can exercise its sovereignty, navigations, where a country can catch its fish, where a country can also extract its natural resources. And India's coastline, as I already told, from coastline to up to that exclusive economic zone, it is around 23 lakh square kilometer. Okay, India's exclusive zone is 23 lakh square kilometer. Okay, from coastline to up to 200 nautical miles, that is around 23 lakh square kilometer. Clear, guys? So we understood what? India has a coastline of 7,516.6 km, passes through 9 number of states and 4 union territories, which have an exclusive economic zone of 23 lakh square kilometer. Clear? Next, let me tell one by one in detail, right? Let me tell its coastal area of our country. Here one thing need to be understood, my dear students. The coastline, what it is called as? It is known in various places, in various names. It is known in various places, in various names. Okay? Let me tell in map only, right? Here, this is the coastline. This part, in this part, it is called as Kathiawar. What it is called as? Kathiawar. Then Konkan, then Kannad, then Malabar. Okay. The coastline of our country may broadly classified into western coastline and the eastern coastline. Western coastline further subdivided into 4 parts. The first one called as Kathiawar, next one it is called as Konkan, next one it is called as Kannad, and the last one in the western coastal line are called as Malabar coastline. While in the eastern coastal plain, in the first one called as Coromandel coast, then northern Kirkar, and then the Utkal coast. Fine. So we understood now. First one, what it is called as? Okay, the first one called as Kathiawar. What it is called as, guys? Kathiawar. Next one called as Konkan, then Kannad, then Malabar. Kathiawar, Konkan, Kannad and Malabar. In Kathiawar, 2 major thing is there. Here the mainly coastline are they are mainly well known for tides. And within it 2 major gulf is there. This one, Gulf of Kutch and Gulf of Cambay. I think in my earlier video I already told about the Gulf of Kutch and the Gulf of Cambay. This one is called as Gulf of Kutch. Gulf of Kutch, actually the name Kutch, it is mainly named after because of its geographical features and because of the shape of what concha, right? This Gulf of Kutch, it is very famous for extremely tide formations, and another thing is also there. Here a huge amount of biodiversity is found, and that is the reason, because of rich in biodiversity, because of rich in marine biodiversity. In the year 1980, I think, where marine sanctuary was declared, and in the year 1982 Marine National Park also declared. Of which one? Gulf of Kutch Marine Sanctuary and Marine National Park was declared at the Gulf of Kutch, and mainly the southern part of Gulf of Kutch. Southern part of Gulf of Kutch was declared Marine Sanctuary and Marine National Park. In the year 1980, Marine Sanctuary and Marine National Park was declared. Got it? And it is extremely well known because of salt production here. Salt production almost 95% of salt is produced from Gulf of Kutch. That is the region, Gujarat, which produce highest amount of salt in our country. That is the Gulf of Kutch, right? Next, another one. It has also the largest coastal habitat in the western coastal plain in our country, right? And one more thing, guys. In the Gulf of Kutch, almost or number of ports are there. हमें तो हिस्ट्री जब हम हिस्ट्री पढ़ेंगे ना कभी तो उस समय बताऊंगा कि पहले द यूरोपियंस दे केम एंड दे सेटल देयर initial port mainly at the Gujarat because of that suitability. Clear? So Gulf of Kutch we understood now. And another thing is that here large number of ports are there. One of the major port named as Deen Dayal port is there. Okay, Deen Dayal Upadhyay port, or well known as Kandla port. In fact, port in our country, the ports may be broadly divided into two types. One is the major port and another one is the minor or intermediate ports. Minor or intermediate ports is there, right? Port plays a vital role in our economy. Port plays a very important roles in our economy in order to, because port provides a means for international trade. For international trade. And here which port I said? I said that Kandla port or Deen Dayal Upadhyay port. This is the port where the largest amount of volume of trade are occurred. Okay. And how many ports are there, guys? There are large number of ports are there, but there are 13 number of ports which are called as major port. And there are more than 200 number of ports are there which are called as intermediate or minor ports are there. Okay, हम कहाँ पे थे कि कोस्ट लाइन, इसको काठियावाड़ कहा जाता है, देन कोंकण, देन कन्नड़, देन मालाबार. हम काठियावाड़ कोस्ट लाइन पे बातचीत कर रहे हैं. उस चक्कर पे गल्फ ऑफ कच्छ पता चल गया, फिर गल्फ ऑफ कैम्बे, राइट? एंड गल्फ ऑफ कच्छ वी अंडरस्टूड क्लियरली. And in Gulf of Kutch, one of the distinct features that here large number of ports are also there. More than 40 number of intermediate ports and one major port named as Kandla port is there. So note it, guys. More than 40 number of ports are there and one major port named as Kandla port is there. Got it? Write it. समझ में आया तो थोड़ी सी लिख लो भाई, बात में भूल जाओगे. ठीक है, राइट गाइस. That is named as Kandla port. That is very important. Okay. And I already told that the ports of our country that handled around 90% of export and import cargo by volume. Got it though? The ports of our country, write it. The ports of our country handle around 90% of export and import cargo by volume and 70% by value. 90% of volume and 70% of 90% of volume and 70% of value are carried out through ports of our country. And the major port, how many is told? 13. That I can write here 12 plus 1 because the 12 are the government owned and this one is going to be corporatized port. Okay. And out of the 12, this is one of them. Okay, guys. So 90% of volume of trade are carried out from trade and value of 70%. So just imagine how much how it is important, right? ठीक है ना भाई? After Kathiawar, another one. Within Kathiawar, another thing is there. Gulf of Cambay, or it is also called as Gulf of Khambar. And Gulf of Khambar, it is around 200 kilometers within here. In the north, it is the wide it is around 20 kilometers, but in the south, it is around 70 kilometers, right? Here it is 20, here it is 70 kilometers. What a tall mass line appeal. What is that? Named as Gulf. What is it? Gulf, look it. We heard Gulf of Mexico, here Gulf of Kutch, Gulf of Khambar. So Gulf maybe Gulf को हम ऐसे define कर सकते हैं. Gulf, it's a part of sea. It's a part of sea surrounded by land in three sides. It's a part of sea surrounded by land, or we can say it has a narrow mouth. The largest gulf of the world is Gulf of Mexico. Look at Gulf of Mexico. This one is the political map. In the physical map, you will get very clearly. That is Gulf of Mexico, right? And so Gulf means we understood that it's a part of the sea surrounded or enclosed by land on its three sides. Fine. So clear, we understood. Next, so Gulf of Kutch and Gulf of Cambay, it's a part of which coastline named as Kathiawar, then Konkan. Within Konkan, we are also discussing on the port. Two major ports are there, named as, one is the Jawaharlal Nehru port and another one is the Mumbai port. Jawaharlal Nehru port, that is one of the artificial major port in the country. And the Mumbai port is also one of the leading major ports in our country, right? Jawaharlal Nehru, in fact, it is the largest artificial port in our country and largest container port in India. So write it, Jawaharlal Nehru port. It is the largest artificial port in our country and largest container port in India. Please write it. Clear? And the another one is the Mumbai port. Fine. Next, Gujarat gala, Maharashtra gala, tapre kenta Goa. Goa, it is the Marmugao port. What is that? Marmugao. In Goa, Marmugao. And from the Marmugao, mainly iron is exported. Mainly iron is exported, right? Mainly iron is exported. After that, in Karnataka, only one major port is there, named as Mangalore. Named as Mangalore. Mangalore, right? The capital of Karnataka, that is Bangalore. So it means that the port which is located in Karnataka, the major port located in Karnataka is called as Mangalore. Mangalore. Okay. So clear? Write it guys. Next one. After that, Karnataka, then in Kerala. That is named as Kochi port. That is named as Kochi port. Okay, this is very important guys. In Kerala, the Kochi port, and from the Kochi only we may move towards Lakshadweep, we may move towards Maldives and many more. Okay. Then after Kochi, then here Tamil Nadu. So the entire coastal plain of Western, clear na? Clear. And here Cape of Comorin is there. Cape of Comorin is there, where the western coastal plain and eastern coastal plain meet at. So western coastal plain clear. Kathiawar, Konkan, then Kannada, then Malawar. Okay. And here it is called as Coromandel coast and northern Kirkar. Here the also what is the Utkal plain is also there. In the Coromandel coast, one is there named as Gulf of Mannar. Gulf of Mannar. or Park Strait. Or Park Strait. Or what is that? Park Strait. Gulf of Mannar, that is very important guys for number of purposes. Gulf of Mannar is very important for number of purposes. First one, Gulf of Mannar and Park Strait, it separates India from Sri Lanka. Strait means we know that connect. It's a water channel that connect two large water masses, the Arabian Sea with the Indian Oceans, and it separate what two land mass, that is Sri Lanka with India. Gulf of Mannar, it has a huge amount of biodiversity is there. In fact, the first marine conservatory was established at Gulf of Kutch. That one in the 1980 and 1982. In the year 1980, marine sanctuary, and after 2 years, 1982, marine national park was declared in the southern part of Gulf of Kutch. In the year 1986, first marine biosphere reserve. That one what? Sanctuary thila, how kind thila? Marine sanctuary thila, marine national park thila. This one, biosphere reserve. Gulf of Mannar was declared as a biosphere reserve in the year 1986. It was the first marine biosphere reserves in the Southeast Asia of our country. Now, of the Asian subcontinent, right? Southeast Asian subcontinent. In fact, this is the first marine biosphere reserve in our country too. Got it? And here it is also mainly rich in coral. And in India, there are 4 places are there where mainly corals are huge amount of deposited. Or origin that was the Lakshadweep, we know that Andaman Nicobar, Lakshadweep, Gulf of Kutch, and here Gulf of Mannar. These are the 4 places where corals have been deposited, right? And in which year it was declared as biosphere reserves? In the year 1986. 1986. Note it guys. लिख लो भाई लोग. पानी पीते लिखो भाई. थोड़ा सा चना फना है तो चबाते भी रहो. And write it. Okay. So in the year 1986, a group of 21 islets lying up the Tamil Nadu coast, मैं बोला रहा हूँ लिख लो. In the year 1986, a group of 21 islets lying up the Tamil Nadu coast. Which coast? Tamil Nadu coast. Declared as the Gulf of Mannar, Marine National Park, and in the year 1989 it was declared as a biosphere reserve. थोड़े से गलती में कर दी. सुनो. In the year 1986 it was declared as a marine national park. After 3 years, in the year 1989 it was declared as a biosphere reserve. Fine. Okay, little bit I was wrong earlier, but this one let me rectify it for the in the year 1986 it was declared as a marine national park, and in the year 1989 it was declared as a marine biosphere reserves. Fine. And is located at Tamil Nadu coast. Here more than 21 islets are there. Island means smaller island. Smaller island are called as islet. Islet it can be spelled like this. Geography has many terms, my dear students. Island means smaller island. Gulf we understood. A narrow part of sea surrounded by which one? Land. Then bay. Bay is also like that, but in the case of bay, it has a wide mouth like Bay of Bengal. Fine. And strait. Strait means what? Straits, it means that a water body that connect two large water masses. Here it's a water body, it connect these two large water masses. Next here Coromandel coast. In the eastern coastal plain, it is the Coromandel coast. In Coromandel coast, And next, northern Kirkar. Here a belt is there named as Krishna Godavari belt. They are also called as Krishna Godavari belt. In fact, it was the Reliance industry who discovered first time where huge amount of natural gas and petroleum is extracted from the Krishna and Godavari field. Krishna and Godavari field. Okay, guys. Clear? Next one. Gulf of Kutch, we understood. This part we understood. Clear? Coromandel coast, then northern Kirkar. Okay. So let me tell little bit. Let's compare in western coastal plain and eastern coastal plain. Western coastal plain, it is formed through submergence. It is formed through emergence. It is formed through submergence. While the eastern coastal plain are formed through emerging one or emergence one. First difference. Western coastal plain, except the Malabar region, that is not fertile. Okay, it means that is not much more suitable for cultivations. But eastern coastal plain, it is huge, fertile, so that is suitable for agriculture and cultivations. Okay, another major difference. The eastern coastal plain where delta is formed, Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri, these are major four rivers. They form their delta, but here no such kind of delta is formed. And both western coastal plain and eastern coastal plain meet at Cape of Comorin or Kanyakumari. Where they are merged, where they are meet at Cape of Comorin or Kanyakumari. Okay, guys, write it. Or there are also another island is also there named. Clear? Both eastern coastal plain and western coastal plain meet at Kanyakumari. Okay. And here in Kanyakumari only, in Tamil Nadu only 3 ports are there, 3 major ports is there. And here only one of the port, that is corporatized. Okay, generally major ports are, there are 13 number of major ports I already told, and the 12 major ports are governed or administered or managed by central government or government of India. And within the government of India, one of the ministry named as Ministry of Shipping. Okay, Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways. So if the questions will be there, ऐसे क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं कि कौन सा मिनिस्ट्री मेजर पोर्ट्स को एडमिनिस्टर करता है. सो मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ पोर्ट, शिपिंग एंड वाटरवेज. राइट इट ना, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ पोर्ट, शिपिंग एंड वाटरवेज बाय सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट. एंड द इंटरमीडिएट पोर्ट्स mainly managed by the state government, right? And another one is the private port named as the Ennore port in Tamil Nadu. Okay, so generally there are 3 major ports are there in Tamil Nadu: Chennai, then Ennore and Tuticorin. Okay, these are the 3 major ports. Next one, which one? In Andhra Pradesh, that is Visakhapatnam. And in Odisha, you know that Paradip port. In my that Odisha वाला वीडियो उसमें मैं बहुत अच्छे से बताया हूँ पारादीप पोर्ट के बारे में. Right. Next, there are also riverine major ports are there at West Bengal named as Haldia, Kolkata. Right. So in this way there are 13 major ports are there and more than 200 minor ports are there, which are very much beneficial for our economy. In fact, विशाखापट्टनम के बारे में बता सकते हैं. It is also called as the gateway port because here huge amount of products are exported and imported and sent into the Nepal, mainly through the railways. Right? Clear? In fact, that one is the deepest port also. So we understood. So far, what we understood, that the coastlines of the world, their significance, why they are important, right? Then we understood that the coastlines of India, then their classifications, where they merged. Actually, the management of coastlines of our country, it is carried out by the three channel of securities there. Three channel of securities there named as. क्या? Three channel of security which safeguards the coastline of our country. One is the Indian Navy, another one is the Indian Coast Guard, and another one is the Marine Police. So there are three what? Three bridges we can say, three layers we can say, which safeguards the India. That is Indian Navy, okay, Indian Coast Guard and Marine Police. Indian Navy, Indian Coast Guard and Marine Police. Okay. In Indian Navy, they have three major commands there: Western Command, Western Naval Command, Eastern Naval Command, and Southern Naval Command. In the Western Naval Command, the headquarters is at Mumbai. The Eastern Naval Command, the headquarters is at Visakhapatnam, and the Southern Naval Command, the headquarters is at Kochi. Write it, guys. There are three naval commands there named as Western Naval Command and Eastern Naval Command and the Southern Naval Command. Clear? The Western Naval Command, the headquarters is at Mumbai. The Eastern Naval Command headquarters is at Visakhapatnam, and the Southern Naval Command, the headquarters is at Kochi. Clear? Is that clear? In fact, the Western Naval Command and the Eastern Naval Command, they exercise the control over the Western Coastal Plain and Eastern Coastal Plain. And the Southern Naval Command, that is mainly for the purpose of training. That is mainly for the purpose of training command, right? And one of the unique things there I will tell about in the Andaman and Nicobar. That the defense of the Andaman and Nicobar Island, that is the joint responsibility of the all the three major services, Army, Navy and Air Forces. And that is coordinated by the headquarters of Andaman and Nicobar Command, that is at Port Blair. And that is the Andaman and Nicobar Command is the only tri-service command in the Indian Armed Forces. That is the only tri-services command in the Indian Armed Forces. Okay. And that is headed by Commander-in-Chief. That is headed by Commander-in-Chief. Okay. So in Andaman and Nicobar Island, that is the only tri-service, Army, Navy and Air Force. Okay. That is the joint responsibility of all the three forces to safeguard Andaman and Nicobar. Okay, and that is the only tri-service command. Fine. And that is headed by whom? Commander-in-Chief. Then in fact that is rotate. The headed of three service command are rotate. Okay, Army, Navy, Air Force in that way. Clear? So we understood that one. Next. Okay, this was clear. যদি কিছু ডাউট আছে আমাদের পছরে পারবো. Okay, you may ask me, in fact comment. Okay, and you may suggest me, guys, right? Look at. Okay, so Western Naval Command, Eastern Naval Command and the Southern Naval Command. And here 2 to 3 things very important. In the Western Coastal Plain, here another one is the Bombay High is there, where the huge amount of petroleum are extracted from, or that contribute huge amounts to the domestic productions in our country, right? Okay, and that Bombay High, that is around 176 kilometer away from the Mumbai, and that is an offshore oil field. What is that? Offshore. OFFSHORE. What do you mean by that? Shore means land. It means that beyond the land. It means that is in water. And onshore means within land. Right? Offshores and onshore. Fine. Okay. So here the Bombay High. And another one is there. What is that? Kathiawar, Konkan, Kannada and Malabar. In the Malabar, you have heard about Malabar exercise. In fact, that Malabar exercise first time it was conducted bilaterally between India with the USA. Then later on Japan enter. Then later on USA enter. Okay. In the year 1992. Since then, bilateral exercises, it's a series of bilateral naval exercises continued between India and USA since 1992. And Japan joined in the year 2015. Then US Navy joined in the year 2020. Fine. Okay. So earlier it was a bilateral exercise between India with USA. 1992, and then in the year 2015 Japan entered and joined in the naval exercise. Then the Australian Navy joined in the year 2020. Australian Navy. Fine. So Malabar exercise. Then here clear, and here I already told about that Krishna Godavari basin. So the largest reserve of natural gas that was discovered by one of the renowned industries in our country, that is the Reliance industry, in the year 2003. Fine. Clear. In fact, that one also an onshore. Not onshore. That one also an offshore natural gas field that is located in Andhra Pradesh. Fine. Clear. Next one we will discuss about in detail on island of our country. On island of our country. And we will know about their actually island means what? It's a land surrounded by water on all the four sides. It's a land surrounded by water on all the four sides are called as an island. And there are two major union territories are there that are very, very important island of our country. One is the Andaman Nicobar and another one is the Lakshadweep. One is the Andaman Nicobar and another one is the Lakshadweep. Let's discuss the first one in the Andaman Nicobar. Andaman and Nicobar Island. It is located where it is located? It is located in the southeast coast of India. It is one of the union territories. It extends from north, from Myanmar to south of which one? Indonesia. Okay. From north of Myanmar to south of Indonesia. Right. It is around a territory of 150 square kilometer. It is on the territory of 150 square kilometer. Here more than 576 islands are there and more than 800 islet, rock regions are there in the Andaman and Nicobar. but all are not inhabited. सभी island पे लोग नहीं रहते हैं. Only 36 islands are there which are permanently inhabited. Permanently inhabited, जहाँ पे लोग रहते हैं. Out of 576 islands, there are 36 islands are there only which are permanently inhabited. Okay. It separates Andaman Sea from the Bay of Bengal. In the eastern part of Andaman and Nicobar, the Arabian Sea is there, and the western part of it is the Bay of Bengal is there. Alright. Andaman and Nicobar further divided into 3 districts or 3 divisions. One is the North and Middle Andaman, then South Andaman and the Nicobar Island. What I said, that Andaman and Nicobar that further subdivided into 3 major districts, that is North Andaman, North and Middle Andaman first one, and the next one is the South Andaman, and the third one is the which one? Nicobar Island. And the highest peak of this entire island, that is called as Saddle Peak. That is called as Saddle Peak. लिख रहे हो ना भाई लोग? That is located on Andaman only, around 732 meter. 732 meter above the sea level. यूपीएससी में क्वेश्चन आया था, राइट, कि हाउ द हाइट और अल्टीट्यूड्स आर मेजर्ड. दैट इज ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ मीन सी लेवल. दैट इज ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ मीन सी लेवल. Okay, clear. And the highest peak of Andaman and Nicobar is Saddle Peak. It is located at 732 meter above the sea level and in the Andaman. And Andaman and Nicobar, that is separated by 10-degree channel. That is separated by 10-degree channel. Actually, that is called as 10-degree because it is located 10 degree away from the equator or the northern part of equator. How much? 10 degree. So Andaman and Nicobar separated by 10 degree channel. In fact, that 10 degree channel, it is around 150 kilometer wide. That channel is wide. Channel means for the river. Channel मतलब क्या होता है कि channel, it's a waterway. It's a waterway between 2 land masses. So here 10 degree channel, that is 10 degree north away from the equator, and that a water channel or waterway that between the 2 large land masses or different land masses named as Andaman and Nicobar. Clear? So we also understood politically the 3 districts are there. And it is headed by, as I earlier told, that it's a union territory. So the head of this union territory is Lieutenant Governor. Who is that? Lieutenant Governor. In fact, there is no any chief minister is there, no legislative assemblies are there. Okay, but yes, one of the MP named as member of parliament, who is elected from Andaman and Nicobar to the Lok Sabha. What is that? To the Lok Sabha. One MP from Andaman and Nicobar is elected to the Lok Sabha. Clear? Next. It means that he represents it. Okay. And here the peoples, we can say mini India, because a huge diversity is there. It is around 1200 kilometer, I think 1200 kilometer away from Chennai and Kolkata. Okay, and here the Port Blair, it is located at South Andaman, and in that Port Blair only, I already told that the Joint Tri-Service Command is located. That is the only Tri-Service Command. Okay, and Saddle Peak is located in the Andaman, right? Next. So clear. Here the peoples, they mainly speak they mainly speak Bengali. They mainly speak Bengali. Around 26% of people. However, Hindi and English is the major medium of language where the people communicate with one another. However, Hindi and English is the major medium of language where the people communicate with one another. Alright? That is very, very important. Okay? Clear? And in fact, as per the census 2011, where the population is around 4 lakh of people live there. 4 lakh of people live there. Clear? And as I already told that here large number of islands are there, and in fact this region is covered with a huge dense forest. More than 86% of regions are covered with a dense forest. In Andaman and Nicobar, more than 86% of their regions covered with a dense forest. Okay. More than how much? 86% of the regions covered with a dense forest. While, okay, clear? Next one. What I told, actually I already told that there are 3 major districts are there, North and Middle Andaman, capital is Mayabandar, okay, then Port Blair, then Car Nicobar. Okay, clear now? North and Middle Andaman, capital, okay. Next one, Port Blair at South Andaman, and the Nicobar is the Car Nicobar. Okay. In the North Andaman, the capital is Mayabandar. In the Middle Andaman, in the North and Middle Andaman, the capital is Mayabandar. In the South Andaman, the capital is Port Blair, and at the Nicobar, the capital is Car Nicobar. Fine. Okay. And in fact, I will tell in later on about the Sentinelese people, right? Where they mainly live in the Andaman Island. Okay, the Sentinelese peoples, they live in the Andaman Island, right? In fact, when you go into the website of Andaman and Nicobar, you will find, I told in the year 2000, as per the census 2011, around 3,79,000 peoples live there. Or in the year 2019, as per the mentions of estimated, here more than 4 lakhs of peoples, they live at Andaman and Nicobar place. Okay, it's a very important place for various purposes, right? One of the very strategic importance is there, because here only we can manage the eastern coast of the India, and we will safeguard our coastline, the maritime security in the eastern part of our country. Okay guys, so Andaman and Nicobar we understood clearly how it is politically. Okay, it is next. I already told that here more than 86% of the regions is covered with the forest, and there are a large number of varieties of plants have been recorded which are endemic, more than 2,200. One task I am giving you guys. Which one is the state animal, you will tell me. Okay. And a beautiful pigeon is there named as Andaman wood pigeon. Okay. What is that? Andaman wood pigeon. Andaman wood pigeons, which is called as state bird. Andaman wood pigeons. It's called as state bird. Okay. And state bird, which one is the state tree, which one is the state animal of that Union territory, will tell me, right? And a very interesting fact is there that at present also large number of tribe peoples they live over there, named as Onge, Jarawas, Sentinelese, and many more. And the Sentinel is that is very important. Okay, the Sentinel is that is very important. A recent case was there. In fact, the Sentinelese regions of Andaman where that is a restricted zone. Of Andaman where that is a restricted zone. Where peoples are not allowed. Where people are not allowed. Where? In the Sentinelese, one of the island is there named as Sentinel Island. Okay? Clear? And where at present also the people they live like prehistory. They don't know even about agriculture. Clear? Many peoples, in fact, that an island that is a very good stories are there in that Sentinelese island, which was restricted zone. It means that the government of India has restricted the peoples to enter over there. And many times, actually the reason is there. Earlier, many people they tried to enter into those places, but the tribal people they killed all them. Okay, and in fact they don't want to be. They are very furious, and whoever moved there, they killed them. In fact, one of the anthropologists they tried to enter there, but finally they found that they should not be enter into those places. Now we should not enter into their life, right? Let them they live. At present also they are engaged in the activities of gathering, hunting, all these. Okay, fine. So in Andaman and Nicobar, clear language we understood. Politically, I already told that it's a union territory, right? Then geographically, we understood its locations. It extends from Myanmar, that is Coco Island, to the south of Nicobar, that is the southern tip of India. One question may be asked. Indira Point, located at mainly 6 degree 45 minute north of latitude. Okay, 6 degree 45 minute north of latitudes. Clear? That is a southern tip. With which country? Which country? Indonesia. Okay, एक चीज याद आ रहा है कि like India shares some land border ना, India also shares a maritime boundary with the Bangladesh, Myanmar, Thailand 3, Sri Lanka 4, Maldives 5, here Pakistan 6. Okay, another country is also there. Indonesia 7. Okay, Bangladesh, Myanmar, Thailand, Indonesia. Okay, then Sri Lanka, Maldives, and Pakistan. In this way, India also shares maritime boundary with 7 countries, right? And Pakistan was only country where a maritime dispute is there, and that regions are called like Sar Creek. Sar Creek. A huge story is there. कहीं हम दूसरे दिन specific पे जाएंगे, ठीक है? So which one is the region? Sar Creek, between that one. Andaman Nicobar we understood. Clear. Next one is the Lakshadweep. फिर खत्म कर देंगे, ठीक है? Clear. Andaman Nicobar clear. Next one is the Lakshadweep. Lakshadweep in Malayalam it is called as 100,000. In Malayalam and in Sanskrit it is called as 100,000. But in reality only 36 islands are there. In Lakshadweep it is called as 100,000 in Malayalam and in Sanskrit, but in real life only 36 islands are there. And out of that 36 islands, in fact, there are only 10 islands are there which are permanently inhabited. Which are permanently inhabited. In fact, it is the smallest union territory of India. It is the smallest union territory of India. Okay. It is the smallest union territory of India. Fine. Clear? It is the smallest union territory of India, which has an area of 32 square kilometer. Which has an area of only 32 square kilometer. मैं एक बार दिया था 2014 में, आई थिंक 2014 2015 that questions exactly that came. The Lakshadweep has an area of 32 square kilometer, and that is the smallest union territory of our country. Clear? And it has number of islands are there, a group of island is there, and another island in the southern part of Lakshadweep named as Minicoy, that is also an integral part of our country. I think in the year 1976 or 1972, we will check it. In that, a boundary agreement was signed with the India with the Maldives, and that recognized the importance, that recognized that Minicoy is an integral part of our country, and that resolved the dispute. And the group of island of Lakshadweep that separate from Minicoy by 9-degree channel. Which degree channel? 9-degree channel. It means the group of islands of Lakshadweep and another island is there named as Minicoy that separates from that 9th-degree channel. I already told about the channel, and here a country is there named as Maldives. So the India separates from Maldives by 8-degree channel. Which channel? 8-degree channel. In fact, the 8-degree, 9-degree, 10-degree, all these that suggest, वो क्या suggest करता है? That is that it is located northern part of equator. Okay, clear? And the capital of Lakshadweep called as Kavaratti. The capitals of Lakshadweep is called as Kavaratti. In fact, that is a principal town or principal area here. In fact, here many other island is also there, and mainly another island named as Piti Island. Piti Island, which has a bird sanctuary is there. And here mainly people they live by catching fish. Tourism also an important driver of growth of this region. That is the regions. In fact, कभी भी घूमने जाओगे तो तुम लक्षद्वीप घूमने जा सकते हो कि important destinations है. Number of games you can play over there, right? In Lakshadweep, skydiving and many more. Many water games are there, aquatic games are there, and this is the in fact island. You know रीति रिवाज, यहाँ का रीति रिवाज कुछ अलग है. Less than, as per the census 2011, here less than 1 lakh of people they live. Around 64,000 of people they live at Lakshadweep. 64,000 के आसपास लोग रहते हैं यहाँ पे. Here the majority of people they mainly belong to the religion of Muslim. एक जमाना था जब पाकिस्तान इसी पे कब्जा करना चाहता. But fortunately it's a part of our country and it's an okay. In fact, here the peoples in Andaman Nicobar majority are Hindu, then Christian, then Muslim. Okay, but here the majority are Muslim. Alright. Next, and this is very important, destinations for tourists. Okay, and this union territory is the head. Like here, who is the head? Lieutenant Governor. But here the administrator. Chief administrator, the head is the chief administrator is the head of this Lakshadweep Island. दादरा एंड नगर हवेली एंड दामन एंड दीव का भी जो हेड होते हैं वो भी एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर होते हैं. Who? Administrator. And the administrator of Dadra and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu Union Territory and Lakshadweep which one at present. एक ट्रेंड चेंज हुआ है. पहले क्या होता था, यहाँ का एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर एक आईएएस होता था, लेकिन अभी जो एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर है वो एक पॉलिटिशियंस है जो कि गुजरात के हैं. ठीक है, बट ओके, क्लियर, पता चल गया ना. Lakshadweep, that is an coral island. That is an coral island, and that is very very important. Okay, and we need to safeguard it. We need to provide safeguard it, right? Which one? Lakshadweep. It is also called as mini island, right? It is the smallest union territory. I already told, right? Okay, fine. Next, and southern part of Lakshadweep, a marine country named as Maldives is there. Maldives and India is separated by which degree channel? 8-degree channel. And a group of island and Minico is separated by 9-degree channel. The questions may come like that, huh? You must be a fair guys. Okay, next one is the which one? India with the Maldives. The India with the Maldives, that is very, very important, right? Because Maldives, it's a small island now. Maldives is the small island. Okay, here around 5 lakhs of people live. It's a separate country, republic country, which India and the Maldives have a very good relation is there. Okay, the Maldives, their policy, they treat India as fast. In fact, whenever our head of the nations they visit to Maldives, now they give number of things. The times when the Rajiv Gandhi went there, Indira Gandhi hospitals were established at the Maldives, which is around 200 seabeds are there. And in the later on, Manmohan Singh was visited, he had also provided around 30 crore of rupees. Earlier, during the time of Rajiv Gandhi, it was around 42 crore of rupees where that hospital was built. And many more, in fact, ITA Institute was also opened by India at the Maldives. During the time of that scarcity of water, India provided huge amount of water to the Maldives. In fact, this is strategically very important in order to protect the western coastal regions, this entire part, right? So Maldives, they have a huge potential to provide us, right? Clear? In fact, around 25% of teachers of Maldives are from India only. Clear? Next one, Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka, I already told, there is a very huge and very good relations there. And in fact, the relations between India and Sri Lanka, it's too old. It is more than 2,500 years old. Ashoka even sent his son and daughter to spread the religion of Buddhism. So Buddhism is the strong pillar of connecting India with the Sri Lanka. His son named as, what is that? And his daughter Sanghamita, and his son named as, what, do you have any idea guys? His son Mahinda, Arhat Mahinda and Theri Sanghamita. Okay, Mahinda, Arhat Mahinda and Arhat Mahinda and Theri Sanghamita. Ashoka sent his son Mahinda and Sanghamita to spread the religion of Buddhism on the request of the king, one of the king of Sri Lanka, named as Devanam Piyatissa. He has requested Ashoka. Okay, as a result, Ashoka sent his son and daughter to Sri Lanka in order to spread which one? The religion Buddhism. Fine. So you understood now guys? So what we have completed? The coastlines of our country, then the India's maritime boundary. In this way we have completed the entire part. Okay. So few questions is there. Okay, one of the questions let me ask. Which one is the corporatized port in our country? Only major port, that one is the corporatized. Which one is that? mention me in the current in that comment box. Next one is that, okay, what separates a group of island from Minicoy? Which channel? Next one is the, okay, where Krishna Godavari basin is located. So these are the three questions which I have asked. You will answer, guys. And have a great time. Next class we will also discuss about what is that? The mineral resource of our country. Okay, in geography, right? Have a great time. खुश रहो. Take care, guys. Have a happy, healthy, and awesome. Take care, guys. Have a happy, healthy, and awesome. Thank you.